Hello my lovely ravens, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today it is 2022 and we're back with another Matchbox, a Harry Potter Matchbox Diorama. It is the 24th in the series, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can find the playlist in the iCard section, somewhere over there. Let's pull another scroll out of the box. Let's see what we get in here. And it is the knightbus. Let's get started. So of all the books I have in this film wizardry series, this one is the only one that has something about the knightbus in there. And that is this page. If you have this book, it is page 78. Obviously you see the knightbus with Stan Shunpike. I suppose we're just gonna have to make it. And I think the entire matchbox will be the knightbus. I'm not gonna make it any smaller. And yeah, it doesn't have to be to scale to the other ones. Let's just get started, shall we? So what I'm doing first, and I've already started, is map out where everything is gonna go. So these are the 3 levels of the bus. And then I need to map out where all the windows go, cut them out, and the front of the bus, and the back of the bus. And what I want to do is make this a matchbox that comes out. And then when it comes out, you can see what is inside the bus. It's a big task. It's not an easy one, but let's keep going. Just gonna tape this so I can freely draw. So if I want this to be the front, that's where the wheel goes. And this is where one of the windows sits. And then there's a platform at the back, and then the other wheels around there. Just gonna paint the base of that matchbox black, because I have no idea how to otherwise put the wheels in. It needs to be a fun and easy project. And the bus itself, it slants a bit back. There's that. And I'm gonna do the rest off camera because it's gonna take a while for me to draw this all out, and I'll be back soon. I didn't do both sides because what I will do is I'll cut this out and then I overlay it on this side, and then I can do the same thing there because I want it to be the same on both sides. I have not figured out how I'm gonna do this yet, but I'll get there. Let's cut out the windows first. Okay, I've been trying to think this through, and this is what I have so far. So that is the frame of the knightbus. So that is the front and that's the back. And I kind of want to keep that see-through element, because if I do this, it's not see-through anymore, and I would have to cut out the windows in this part as well. So what I'm thinking is, what if I construct this here and then make this a flap open that way, and then construct the front as well and do it that way? I think that would be the right way to go. Let me know if you would have done it any other way, but I think that's what I'm going to do, because otherwise I can't do that curve there and that curve there. I think I'm gonna go with that. So in here I'm going to add the 2 levels. In order to do that, I need some chipboard. So it's just under 1 inch, so I'm going to go a little bit shorter even. So I have these 2 floors cut out now, but first I'm going to add some acetate, because this thing needs windows and it has a lot of it. So let's do that first. Probably make it a little bit stronger too. So I'm just gonna measure that out and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got some strips of acetate here, and they're very narrow. Can hardly see them. But I'm just going to glue them on. And this is just Fabri-Tac glue that I'm using. Right then, I cut out these two floors. First, second, first, second. The second one is slightly smaller, just so it fits that curve there. And I've glued all the windows in, as you can see. What I want to do now is paint the floors. Paint the inside and outside purple. I think the inside is purple. The inside might actually be white or like a cream. More like this kind of color, antique white. So I'm gonna do that first, because I have to go around all the windows and then glue these floors in. For a moment, I was afraid I had to mix up my own purple paint for the knightbus, but it seems that I have the perfect knightbus paint. This is a Violet Pansy by Folk Art, and if you look at the image of the bus, it is the perfect purple. So I'm going to go with that. And this for the inside. And now there is the fun task to scrape all the windows clean. It's kind of satisfying to do. There is a window visible. All the windows are visible. Before I glue these in, I need to make the railings that go around it. Otherwise it will be very hard to do that when they're inside here. So what I want to do is create these banisters that are on the two floors with these toothpicks. And I'm just going to cut them to size. I have glued all the pieces on with wood glue, and now I'm just going to leave it to dry. In the meantime, however, I need more of these. In the meantime, I need more of these toothpicks, because I'm going to make the chandelier that hangs in the middle of these floors. So that's what I'm going to make out of these, and it shines like a golden light. So I think I'm just gonna paint it golden then. I need 4 tiers that will sit in between here. Then hang it from one single skewer on the top. I think I might use 3 for that just to give it more strength, but cut it to size first. So I've got 3 pieces of skewer here, or toothpick. It's a toothpick. Skewer is a bit thicker. So I'm going to glue these 3 together and then go around with another round of skewers, toothpicks, and stagger them a little bit higher, as you can see there. And then do that with another row around that, a little bit higher then. So I'm just gonna do that off camera because it's very fiddly. Having glued all these together, we finally have a chandelier that actually fits inside this cavity here. So just need to let it dry a little bit more and then paint it gold. And then these strips are just strips of card, the same card as I used for the Matchbox. Put them around here and at the top, and then we have a banister. Okay, it is the next day and these ones are finally dry after putting lots and lots of glue basically on the base there. Wood glue I've used, and putting those pieces of cardstock on. And now they are ready to be painted silver. And this one is dry too, so I can paint that one gold. So what I've done with this one is I painted gold and then I went over with that off-white again that I've used for the floors, just to give it that white sheen that you can see in the movie as well. And now I'm going to go over with Mod Podge gloss, so that gives it that shine as well, because these are still matte. Just in case you don't know how I get to a certain result, I should share everything, of course, in my video. And this is what it looks like when it's completely dry. It's shiny, but you can still see that white bit and the gold. So that is the chandelier that will be hanging from the ceiling. I need to add some detailing to the windows. So before I'm moving on to the beds, this is the only detail I wanted to add to the windows of the bus. Just so it looks like windows that can open. That's all. So I cut the base of the beds, which is just a square, and then the corners I've punched with this hole punch. I'm gluing a piece of cardboard underneath, so I don't have to fiddle around with the toothpicks sitting on the sides, so they make the bed legs. I have to add 4 obviously to every bed, and then that way it comes off the floor without me having to worry about the bed sitting on the floor. That's that. I'm going to assemble that, and I'll be back when all the bed legs are on, the posts are on. I have 7 of these beds now. There we go. And obviously I still need to paint them and add them to the diorama, but basically it's that piece of cardboard with that other piece underneath and 4 posts. Now around the top of the posts I still need to put some card, like so. The same thing that I did with the banisters here. And then obviously dress them with bed dressings, like the top. There's curtains there, and obviously the red and white bed sheets. And then there's beds on every floor. Okay, before I put the cardboard around the top edge, I glued the bed posts on the bottom of the bed as well with some wood glue, just because they were kind of wobbly, so I just wanted to secure them a little bit more. I know that there are curtains on the inside of the night bus. I'm going to color this piece of kitchen towel with some, I think just some white acrylic paint. I know it's white, but I want it to be, or maybe even Mod Podge for the bed sheets, some red for the bed sheets, and some dark gray for the curtains. And to not forget, obviously, the curtains that go around the beds, it's dark brown. So I'm going to paint that in tissue paper or kitchen towel as well. I painted all the beds, so all the bases are a beige or that off-white, and all the tops are silver. And now this stuff has dried. So this is for the sheets, this is for the curtains, this is for the bed curtains, and this is also for the sheets. So I'm going to dress one of the beds now, and I'll do the rest off camera. I needed some pillows too for my beds, so I just thought maybe just some chipboard would do, and it would. So if I put that down there, can I show you? It's so tiny. Kind of looks like a pillow. So I'm even gonna leave it in that color, because why not? And I just need to cut 7 of them and then dress the beds. So for the sheets, I just cut a thin strip out of the off-white one and a strip out of the maroon one. I'm just gonna fold it over like that and then cut off the excess, and then that is the sheet that wraps around the bed. And I've glued all the pillows in, so that's done. Let's dress the beds, and then on the side of the bed I will be cutting off a strip and then pleating the curtains and glue them on.
So here we have one finished bed, and I am really happy with what this is looking like. So you can see the curtains and the sheets and the pillow. So that is that. I'm gonna finish the other ones and then move on to the window curtains. I have attached all the curtains, and that was a job and a half because there's many of them. But now you can even see them from the outside. And I think it looks really good. The 2 floors I've put the beds on, I think I might have a little problem with the height of the beds because they might just be sitting on top of each other, but we'll see how that pans out. And then these 3 go on the bottom floor. If one of them is too high, yeah, I might just have 2 beds instead of 3. We'll see. We'll see about that. Now I want to close the sides here. So I need to measure out the side panel here, and I did that with what I've drawn out. So I'll just lay that on here, and then I'm gonna cut this part out, and that should be enough for both sides. And then I need to make the front and the back of the bus. All right, I glued in the 2 floors with super glue because that was the only thing that would hold that. And so far it's looking pretty good. And the lower floor, I painted a thinner piece of cardstock instead of the cardboard because otherwise it will not fit. So on here, I'm going to build the front and the back. Then what I will also do, I have these tiny little magnets, and they will be sitting at the top because a chandelier, if I don't attach that with a magnet, I cannot open the top part. This needs to be able to come off. So I will glue that in, and then I will work on the base and the sides. And here is the attached chandelier with the magnet. So I can just push it down like that, and then it will stay attached like so. So I can still see it this way. Then when I want to open completely to look down, I can remove it, or at least it's movable. Kind of stays on. I'm going to do this partially off camera because it's very fiddly and teensy tiny. This is one of the biggest the biggest matchboxes. No, it's the same size, but it's so much work, this one. It has so many tiny details. Even the potions classroom was not like this. I will show you what I've done so far because this is just simply not easy to film. Okay, here we go. So I've made the 2 sides. They're gonna curve around like that. I still have to paint them. They're gonna curve around like that. That will be the part where Harry gets on the bus. And this will be the part where the engine sits. It's a lot of figuring out and how do we do this? But that will be like that. And then this will be the engine part at the front, like so. The thing is, this is very fiddly and it's not easy to show you how I'm doing everything because I'm really going with the flow. And then this will be the part that everything will sit on. Right now, I'm going to finish this and then show you the end result because it's so fiddly and I've been working on this for over 12 hours in total. Let's have a look at the final result because that is the next thing you will see.
And this, my lovely ravens, is it for the first video of 2022 and the 24th Matchbox. So far, this is the Matchbox I have spent the most time on, but I really do like how it came out. All my other social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course, become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!